The flashing red and blue lights lit up my front porch like some bad reality TV set on a quiet Saturday in Crestview Pines. 2 sheriff's deputies stood in my driveway, my own damn driveway, while Vanessa Langford, self-appointed queen of our HOA, pointed a manicured finger straight at me like I was public enemy number 1. "Officers, that's the man. He threatened me and damaged my property," she shrieked, her voice cracking with fake fear. I stood there at 71, coffee mug still in hand, wrench in my pocket from fixing the gate, staring at this circus. All because I told the neighborhood's biggest control freak to move her pearl-white Mercedes off my private land. In Vanessa's world, the rules applied to everyone except her, until they didn't. You won't believe how this suburban tyrant dug her own grave with a smile. Stick around till the end. Life in Crestview Pines used to be exactly what I wanted after 40 years designing bridges and buildings. Quiet. Predictable. The kind of place where neighbors waved but didn't pry. I'd lived here 28 years, planted the maples that now shaded the whole cul-de-sac, and retired to tinker in my workshop and sit on the porch swing. My long, curving driveway was the crown jewel, fully mine per the original deed and easement, not some shared HOA alley. I had a simple wooden sign, "Private driveway, no parking, violators prosecuted." No one had ever challenged it in nearly 3 decades. Then Vanessa moved in. She arrived like a corporate takeover in Lululemon and pearls, clipboard in hand before the moving truck even left. Within weeks, she'd volunteered her way to HOA president, promising elevated community standards and true harmony. What we got was surveillance state nonsense. Flyers about aesthetic violations. Emails shaming Mrs. Alvarez's flower beds. Demands to repaint fences in approved beige tones. She turned friendly waves into nervous glances overnight. She came for me on a hot afternoon, while I was watering the roses. "Rick, darling," she cooed with that plastic smile, "your driveway is so exclusive. The private sign really kills the welcoming vibe we're cultivating. Have you considered removing it for the greater good?" I didn't even look up at first. "No, Vanessa. That sign keeps things clear. And the greater good doesn't include parking on my deed." Her smile twitched. "We're all neighbors here, Rick. Part of something bigger. Neighbors respect boundaries, Vanessa. Something bigger doesn't mean my deed is community property." That was the start. She parked her Mercedes halfway up my driveway twice in 1 week, just for a quick call. Each time I politely asked her to move, reminding her of the sign and the law. Each time she acted like I was the unreasonable one, sighing about territorial attitudes, loud enough for the whole street to hear. Then the violation notices started. My mailbox post was too dark. My natural landscaping non-conforming. She was turning the neighborhood into her personal fiefdom, all while her own house had an unauthorized pergola she'd quietly approved for herself. Classic. The tipping point came when she pushed a temporary community overflow parking policy through the board while half the residents were on vacation. Suddenly, any open access driveway was fair game during events. I showed up to the meeting. "You can't declare private property common use, Vanessa. That's not how deeds work." She gave the room her best politician smile. "Don't be selfish, Rick. It's about community spirit." "Community spirit doesn't override county property records," I replied calmly, holding up a copy of my deed. The room got quiet. She narrowed her eyes, but the vote squeaked through on her block of yes women. She wasn't done. During the big Spring Harmony Festival she organized, another excuse to show off her leadership, 3 cars including hers blocked my entire driveway and garage. Balloons everywhere, grills smoking, and my shop access gone. I walked out calm as could be. "Vanessa, move them. Now." She laughed theatrically for her guests. "It's approved overflow, Rick. Stop being difficult." I pulled out my phone with the deed PDF and county recorder link. "This isn't overflow. It's trespassing. I've given verbal warnings. I'm calling the sheriff." She dialed first, claiming I was harassing her and creating a hostile environment. By the time the deputies rolled up, she had a whole performance ready. Tears, trembling hands, the works. "He's intimidating everyone, officers. This man is a menace to our community." The lead deputy, a no-nonsense guy named Ramirez, looked at my documents, then at the clear private driveway marked with my sign. "Ma'am, this is his property. You need to move the vehicles immediately." That's when the mask fully slipped. Vanessa lost it. She kicked her own Mercedes door hard in frustration, denting it with a loud thunk, then whirled on me screaming, "He did that. He attacked me and damaged my car. Arrest him." The silence was deafening. Her guests backed away like she'd grown horns. Deputy Ramirez sighed, reviewed the Ring camera footage I offered right there on my phone. Crystal clear from the day I installed them after her first stunt, plus neighbor videos and his own body cam. Ma'am, we can see exactly what happened. You're under arrest for false reporting and disorderly conduct. The cuffs clicked. Her face went ghost white, then purple. This is outrageous. I'm the president. You're all going to hear from my lawyer. As they guided her to the cruiser in front of the entire festival crowd, the whispers turned to open chuckles. Nothing says community leader like getting walked out in bracelets for kicking your own car and lying about it. But Vanessa doubled down harder than a bad investment. She sued me for defamation and emotional distress, claiming I orchestrated her humiliation to undermine her authority. Her lawyer tried to paint me as a bitter old man hoarding space in a modern, inclusive neighborhood. In court it backfired spectacularly. My attorney played the full video compilation, from her first illegal park, to the board meeting where she invented the policy, to the self-inflicted dent and wild accusations. The judge paused at midway, leaned forward, and said dryly, "Ms. Langford, help me understand. You trespass, ignore multiple lawful requests, damage your own vehicle on camera, then lie to law enforcement. And you're claiming victimhood? Next you'll tell me the sky is purple." Laughter rippled through the gallery. The case was dismissed in under an hour. She was ordered to pay my legal fees plus damages for the wasted sheriff visits. The final blow came at the emergency HOA board meeting 2 weeks later. Someone, not me, though I had a pretty good idea, anonymously dropped evidence that Vanessa had been borrowing HOA funds for her personal landscaping upgrades and professional development retreats in Aspen. Nearly 12 grand. The same woman who fined Mrs. Alvarez $50 for a crooked mailbox, now exposed as the biggest rule breaker of all. She was removed unanimously mid-meeting, while still sputtering about misunderstandings. A week later, a single envelope showed up in my mailbox. Inside, one line in her perfect cursive, "Enjoy your private little kingdom, Rick. This place was better before people like you ruined the vision." Signed with a V that looked like it was stabbed into the paper. I smiled, grabbed a can of dark stain, and gave my old sign a fresh coat. Then I accepted the board's request to advise on keeping rules reasonable, the kind that protect people instead of punishing them for breathing. The neighborhood breathed easier. Lawns stayed green, kids played, and nobody got fined for breathing wrong. Boundaries, it turns out, aren't walls. They're the fences that actually let peace grow. So here's the question for you, true or false? The real power abuser was the homeowner defending his legal rights, or the HOA leader who used community standards as a weapon until it blew up in her face? Who really deserved the ultimate neighborhood justice? Drop your thoughts below. Did Vanessa get what was coming, or was Rick too harsh? Let's discuss.